Welcome to the Autoworks podcast. I'm John Lonas, owner of Autoworks Service and Repair in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Tune in every week as we navigate the winding roads of car care, share professional tips and tricks, and give you our takes on the ever-changing automotive industry. Welcome back to another Autoworks podcast. Today's new cars. Have you checked the prices of today's new vehicles? Holy moly, they're crazy high. Some are even more than the cost of my house that I paid 20 years ago. I can't imagine paying that much over 4, 5, 6 years for a vehicle to get me from point A to point B. There are a few vehicles that seem cheap to purchase, but if you ask your repair shop, the cost of maintenance for repairs for that cheap new car, you may find out, really isn't cheap. And an example that comes to mind is the small or mid-sized cargo van. It also comes as a passenger van with some creature comforts. It's kind of nice and roomy, but when you need brakes, it's crazy expensive. The engineers, in my opinions, were not thinking. The brake rotors, which is a wear and tear item, are difficult to replace. On the rear brakes, we must remove the axle to replace the rotor. On the front brakes, we need to remove the hub assembly to replace the rotor. Something that used to take about an hour to do now requires 3 or 4 hours and a lot more parts and fluids. That should not be related to a typical brake job. Another vehicle that comes to mind and has been in the media for the last few years is the two companies that are using non-reliable engines. They have engine failures often well below 100,000 miles. With technology and the advancements in materials over the last few decades, vehicles are more efficient and should be more reliable. Why are they failing so soon and with such low miles? Another repair I'm seeing more frequently is drive shaft U-joints. The U-joints in a drive shaft used to be replaceable. Now, with today's composite drive shafts, they are not serviceable. You must replace the whole drive shaft. Why? It worked for 100 years. How is this better, and how is it better for the environment? Again, it's my opinion. Manufacturers are trying to cut corners, spend less money, and make the most profits, which puts the customer on the short end of the stick. At today's almost six-figure prices for a vehicle, I think it should last as long as the payments are financed for and still have some value at the end of the payment plan. YouTube, TikTok, Reels, your auto repair shop, mechanic friends, ask them about your new car questions, and even if you are buying a used car or truck, do some research. Find something that is reliable, comfortable, and is cost-effective on maintenance. I drive an 02 LeSabre, and I thought it was an 04 until a couple weeks ago when I needed to get a windshield replaced. If you look at the videos and ask around about the LeSabre with the 3.8 engine, you'll find out how reliable this vehicle is. There are favorites in most manufacturers that have designed a winning combination for a few model years and for certain models and styles. Yes, the used vehicle might have some age and miles, but the insurance is cheaper, the registration is cheaper, and usually the repairs are cheaper. I used to think that if I spent $500 a month on repairs, I might as well buy a new vehicle with a warranty. Now, at today's new car prices, $1,000 a month for a payment is not uncommon, and that goes on for 60 or more straight months. So doing a few $1,000s in repairs and maintenance on an older, reliable used vehicle makes a lot more sense than 5+ years of new car payments and higher insurance rates. I will mention a little about these full electric vehicles, EVs. I love giving opinions, and I'll offer my opinion on these. There are reports on the web and several magazine articles that have done surveys on current EV owners, and more than half of them will not buy another EV car again. The hassles of charging, where and how long, the cost to recharge, the long distance trips and planning where to recharge, and then the cost of tires. It tends to be more expensive than a regular gas vehicle. I have a friend that sells tires, and he's telling me that the EVs wear out tires faster because of the weight of these vehicles. Usually 1,500 to 2,000 pounds more weight than a gas vehicle, and the instant torque and quickness eats tires about every 10 to 14,000 miles. And some of these tires have microchips to tell the car computer where it's located, the tire pressure, and without the chip, the car won't move. And that tire is $1,200. Ouch. Enough on EVs. Everyone has a choice, and no one is forcing you to buy one yet. Back to the new car prices and reliability. When a new model comes out, or a new engine or transmission design comes out, yes, it's nice to be the first one in town with a hot new ticket. But most new cars are not investments. They most likely will depreciate and lose value, and they are usually design flaws that lead to bad reviews and recalls. Have patience, wait a few years for the bugs to get worked out, and then buy the good model a few years used and save thousands of dollars. That's my opinion. And I'm not a licensed financial advisor, just an independent automotive repair shop owner. We sell what people don't want to buy. We really hate giving bad news about expensive, unplanned repairs on their vehicle. Honestly, do some research on the next vehicle purchase. Have it inspected, and then work on a budget to bring it up to snuff, safe and reliable. Thanks for listening to another one of the Autoworks podcast. Have a great day. If you have a question for the show, for me, or about your car or truck, don't hesitate to call us. Our number is 928-628-6898, or you can visit autoworksserviceandrepair.com. Please reach out because we're always happy to help. Remember, you won't find jerks at Autoworks. Autoworks is proud to be part of Cast 11, Prescott's podcast network.